Hello, wonderful attendees. I'm your host, Dalvinder Kaur from Lovely Professional University. Get ready to dive into today's topic, that is charting a rewarding law career, opportunities and skill building. Before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of the day, Dr. Rana Midda, Assistant Professor and Internship and Placement Coordinator, School of Law, Lovely Professional University. With a master's from Punjab University, Chandigarh, she brings extensive corporate experience in legal compliance and vendor management. Currently, she focuses on preparing students for real world challenges and securing job opportunities. So, now I would like to introduce Advocate Akash Chauhan, Director, Delhi and NCR Indus Law. Previously spent over 8 years in Young LLP's regulatory team. He has extensive experience in regulatory health checks, RBI procedures, and FDI policies approvals. So now I would like to introduce admission nominee also in this webinar, Mr. Jitendra Kumar Dikshit, Assistant Director and Head of Department of Tie-ups at Lovely Professional University. With over 17 years of a diverse industry experience, Mr. Dikshit has a distinguished career and education marketing. His expertise in marketing and strategic partnership is invaluable. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any questions you can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same will be addressed from my side in the end of this webinar. And now I hand over the things to Dr. Rana and Dr. Advocate Akash, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from them. Over to you both.
Thank you for giving this opportunity. Yeah, first of all, I would welcome everyone on behalf of Lovely Professional University as well as School of Law that you guys are actually on the way to be part of world-class infrastructure along with one of the best schools in India, which are aiming to provide quality education. And we at School of Law ensure that our students are not only ready academically, but they are able to face the real life challenges as and when you go for opportunities. Ultimately, because when you're acquiring some legal education, the ultimate aim for having same is to acquire the law. And for being market ready these days, only bookish knowledge is not enough. And for that, we make sure at the school level to have various skill enhancement courses along with the thorough prepare through soft skills and career and professional enhancement so that as and when you are completing your fourth year, you are ready for the job in the fifth year itself. And that is the reason of having this webinar here. I won't be taking much of the time. And since we have Educate Akash, who is a real life practitioner, I would like to have him on stage, or I would like him to take the charge and present the various insights of legal education and moreover the legal background, legal profession amongst you. May I have you, Advocate Akash, please?
Hi, a very good morning to all the participants.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Rana and Ms. Kaur. I need to, understand primarily our participants are final year students or from law, or they are still in the couple of.
No, sir. Our participants are prospective law students.
Okay, prospective.
Prospective, who are going to start off their law journey with the School of Law. And this webinar is aiming to give them more insights about the profession of the law and how they can brush their skills during the tenure of 5 years in the law school.
Fine. So, a very good morning to all of those young enthusiasts who are going to embark on a new and very, very rewarding career, if I can say so. It's going to be not an easy, journey of 5 years. If you have taken that 5-year course. Now, in today's parlance, the 5-year courses have become the norm. Everybody wants to start early. In our days, they were only limited universities who used to give this 5-year courses. One of them was LLSIU from Bangalore, NALSTAR, couple of such universities. I myself was a 3-year student from Delhi University. Now, trust me, today all of you have lot of information. You have access to multiple sources of information. From where you can gather the prospective, career paths. There's so much variety even which has come into the legal profession. Demarcations, specializations have come into a legal profession that um, it's not the same old, uh, the thought process that if you are not inclined and not doing anything worthwhile, let's get into a law profession. So it's not like that. You know? And it's more even relevant for, I come from a very humble background and come from a very small town in Uttar Pradesh, where this thought process was very much prevalent in the late 90s and early 2000s. But when I came to Delhi University and I got enrolled with the Faculty of Law, as the time progressed, I realized that this course has got course has got a lot more to offer. Right. Pardon me. So the first and foremost thing that when you have decided to get into law, are you seeking a job or you are seeking a career? That thought process has to be very, very clear, uh, because having too much information at times is also a problem. So you want to be a career lawyer, or you want to do something more out of law, or you're doing this law along with something else. So what exactly is your purpose of getting a particular stream of law? Because over a period of time, when you will be reaching your third, fourth years and of final years, you might be branching out to specialization. So why would you like to specialize into a particular segment? Why would you like to get hold into a particular stream of law? Because today, and even in the coming 5 years, you'll be getting into more specialized world. So it is now that you have to understand that the first question that should come to your mind is whether it is a job that you seek in a law firm or any other place, or you want to take it up as a career. That itself will give you in what sense, in what direction you have to become more focused and more serious. I trust all of you must be very dedicated individuals. Let me just, I think, give me a second. My battery is going to conk off. Just give me a second, please. Oh, sorry. Hello. So the first thing comes is whether it is a job or a career. If you have decided that yes, it's going to be a career, then in which segment you want to go ahead, whether it's going to be intellectual property. I think that's many a times when people are just beginning their career, they believe that, oh, I don't want to be a patent lawyer, I just want to be, or somebody wants to become a mergers and acquisitions lawyer, or somebody just comes up and says that I want to be a I want to be a transactions advisory. Some people are too inclined to just get into litigation, right? So it's essential that you understand what is your inclination, to which segment you are confirming. Some people want to become tax lawyers. So you need to understand which segment you are most interested, where your interest lies. Can you go for a specialization? For example, if you're going to be a corporate lawyer, are you also pursuing a course like company secretary? Are you also pursuing a course like chartered accountancy? Because if you want to be a tax lawyer or something like that, engineers who get into law have an edge in intellectual properties. So I think those kind of aspects can also be considered. So that is the preliminary thought which should come to you people. Next is, what does your course offers? What kind of skill sets does it help you build? Okay. So that's the second part. You may not be very sure because you are just about to get into that stuff, the course, but then you'll have to question. You have to reach out to people like Dr. Rena. You have to reach out to people who are into legal profession and who are near you, somewhere probably relatives, or you hunt people around who are advocates, practicing advocates, or people in having firms who are into, or chartered accountants, company secretaries in practice. Hunt them down, go and sit and ask that, sir, ma'am, I have these doubts, I have these questions. Could you please help me understand that what kind of skill sets this course is going to offer to me, right? And this is what I want to become. So you have a point A and a point B. From point A to point B you want to go, you have to understand, seek help from experts who are there in your vicinity. How I can make this transition from point A to point B, what skill sets I'll be requiring, and are those skill sets being somewhere mentioned in my curriculum, right? I'm not talking just about the subject that is being offered. Generally, the more or less every university will offer you the same subjects, from jurisprudence to constitutional law to administrative law to international law to corporate law to taxation. Everything will be covered in your 5 years time. The skill set that I'm talking about is that how to navigate to your specialized field through those years within this curriculum. Right? For example, somebody wants to become a constitutional law expert. So you have to talk to your professors. You have to talk to people who are into litigation. That apart from what is there in the curriculum, are there any moot courts happening? Are there any essay competitions which are happening? Are there any, if let's say I want to write a paper on constitutional law, what are the arenas where I can go and present them? How many papers have been published on constitutional law previously? Can I get hold of those documents? How easily are they accessible? Right? So that is how you will enhance your certain skill sets. Okay. So that is the skill part. Now comes the courses, and I think a comparison can be done between courses, that what you are doing from the courses that you are conducting is being conducted at LPU, or various other universities which you might have also looked into. And then you have to understand that the curriculum which is there, how intensive it is, okay? What all is being taught, how it is being taught, how much practical exposure you are getting out of it. Are there any mechanism and how to reach out to experts? If at all, can there be not just experts? How can we reach out to various agencies? For example, let's say you have concerns with respect to uh, any I was taking constitutional law, now let's take taxation. So do you have any mechanism of reaching out to any tax experts, or let's say government agencies, certain tax commissioners, where you have certain queries pertaining to law, and you can reach out to them, or you can reach out to some known chartered accountants in your vicinity. They can come and address your questions. Because if while studying you just study the law and you do not see the practical implication of what is being how these laws are being impacting the lives of people in general, then I think the course is still not giving you the complete picture. So I think that is very essential. Coming to now after the course, I think another part is, which I say is being a bit brave. Okay, so what does this mean? Uh, if you get into a certain, an opportunity comes across. For example, you've been asked to prepare a presentation or write a paper on something which is very intricate, which is not coming straight out of the textbook. Let's say I'll just give an example. The legal metrology. Let's take one example. Anybody who is not familiar to this term, get behind Miss Dr. Reina. Legal metrology or packaging, for example. What is the nomenclature at the? For example, you buy milk packets. You buy um, any purchases that you make from your local kirana store. At the back of it, of the goods that you purchase, for example, pulses or whatever, there must be a there's a strict mentioning of the weight, the expiry, the manufacturer's detail, etc. So how is it relevant? For example, there's a paper you have to write, you have to do a research on it. Now it may be there that it may not be a very clear cut course or a schedule somewhere in your textbooks or somewhere. But how will you navigate it? Will you take it as an opportunity, or will you take it as a headache for yourself? So those people who will take it as an opportunity to understand something new, I think for them, this course is going to offer a very wide range of career prospects. So I'll just add one story of myself. I've been invited, and prior to COVID, I think I had been there to your university a couple of times. So I'm a 2005 pass out of Delhi University. 2007, I did my company secretaryship as well. So I was planning a career only into corporate law, and I was very much content that I'll become a corporate lawyer. I'll just advise on incorporation of companies, how to navigate companies in their companies act challenges. And one fine day, after 3, 4, in fact 5 years of my work, I got a call from a company called Ernst& Young. They required somebody in the field of FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act. Trust me, the only thing that I'd done about FEMA was some regulatory filings with the RBI for a couple of my clients. Apart from that, I think I knew nothing about FEMA. I went there and they wanted somebody at a very base level. But what attracted me was the environment of Ernst& Young. What attracted me was that there was something new that I had to learn. I had not read about FEMA in my Delhi University course. And even in my company secretaryship course, there was a 20-mark optional paper, optional part of FEMA. And I used to prepare only 1 or 2 definitions. If that would fit into my exam curriculum, I'll just write it, or else I'll skip those 20 marks and attempt the remaining 80 marks paper. That was my process of preparing for my company secretaryship. But eventually, when I got there, I did brushed up on the act. I was very amused to find that this act is a very thin 52 section act, nothing beyond that. And why would they require somebody to actually specialize into these 52 sections? But eventually, yes, I went there, appeared for the interview. They said that, look, we want somebody at a very basic level. So if you are ready to toil, grind yourself and start from, initial stages, we may give you this position. I agreed. I was a 2005 pass out, 2007 company secretary. 4 years after that, I was getting an opportunity to start something absolutely afresh. So that's what comes that being, I'm not saying that I was too brave. I might be sounding stupid that I dumped some career at one point of time, and I could have progressed into similar thing and could have done much better. Who knows? But I have no regrets today on that. So for from 2011 onwards till 9 years, 2020, I was at Ernst and Young, and the person who never knew FEMA, who had never read FEMA, after 6 months, I took a training session in entire Ernst and Young on FEMA. Okay. So, and after that, in my 9 years of career, I had taken 14 sessions within Ernst and Young. I was which I imparted to my audience ranged from the junior most interns to the senior most partners, and my average rating was uh, 4.4, 4.5 out of 5. So the intention of stating all this, to our participants is that when you get something which is totally out of the blues, just assess it in terms of whether it's an opportunity or it's something that is detrimental to you. And if you will take it as an opportunity for yourself and you actually have to work on it, it's not something that will, it's divinity will happen and you will just learn by looking into the books. Trust me, if you look at the notifications books on FEMA, Taxman, or the money publishers, that 52 section booklet uh, converts into 2 volumes of notification books. And till today, I start whenever I take sessions on FEMA, I tell people that, look, first of all, you have to understand how to read this. So that is what I'll be coming to the next part is after being, the brave aspect. That this is one part which you all have to understand that, whenever during your curriculum, you get something which is very unique, try to understand, try to take it as an opportunity to learn something. I'm not saying don't be very scattered, but yes, do pick couple of unique assignments which will add flavor to your study as well as give you an insight on what is happening around in the world market in law. Now, coming to how to read law and how to understand law. The most important part of legal studies is to appreciate from where to start to read. Okay. So many a times it's very straightforward that you have to start with the bare acts. Many a times it's certain books, certain commentaries. So again, you'll have to get after your teachers, your mentors, to understand what is the origination point to start understanding the legal nuances. If, for example, you start reading just directly from the bare acts, probably you might read only the English part of it, or if it's in the local language, you just read the language, maybe just understand. But its interpretation and its impact is equally important. So you cannot say that I read everything and I just appeared in an exam, I got scored certain number of marks. That's okay. But if you are unable to foresee the impact of a particular regulation, then I think those numbers on the mark sheet are mere statistics, right? You have to appreciate how words written in a statute impact a transaction, impact day-to-day lives of people. Okay? Impact any, if you're reading something which is happening in on the world front or within the country, okay? Why is it happening? What is the legal implication of it? From where it is coming? So all these things need to be appreciated by a law student, a 5-year law student. So now This is the fourth point I think we say. And my last point is, again, once you are, completing your course, you're on the verge of completion, there will be, of course, a lot of internships and a lot of, you know, projects which you'll be doing. Don't shy away from taking up any kind of work. Okay? I'm not saying degrade yourself, but I'm saying whatever you do, just try to add perfection to it. Strive towards being resolute, that till the time it doesn't becomes good enough to be shared with somebody, I will work on it. Okay. I'll give you an example. I During my training as a company secretary somewhere in 2006, 2005, 2006, I was working in a stockbroking company. Now the legal and secretarial department was not more than 10 by 15 feet, the entire legal and secretarial department. That room was having all the files of the stockbroking company. It was having two company secretaries, one steno, and one person, me, that was a trainee, right? So barely there was a place to sit. I was given a stool and some place to have some. There was a old desktop which was there. So my job was, as for my initial days, was okay. Go and take this printout. Go and give it to there. Take the take a printout. Go photocopy done. Go and give this to a particular person. Go and file this with certain department. Now, let's say you are given these kind of jobs. How to make good out of it? It sounds very derogatory at times. Yes, I've been just given to do a photocopy job, or a printer job, or just to take printouts and go and deliver to somebody. I think if you are a trainee, just when somebody says go and give this to person X or get this thing filed with a department Y, take 5 minutes of the time, go through the content of what is being given to you, what has been written there, what is it that you're carrying to a department, why is it being written in that fashion, why that document is being given to that department only, what is the substance that is the or the rationale that this application is being referred, what is the stand that that your company is taking while filing a particular thing with a particular department. Nobody will teach you this. No school of law is going to teach you this. And you might be cribbing that, okay, I've got a bunch of papers, I have to go get it stamped, bring it back. That is just something that you had an opportunity to make an office boy's work look as good as a lawyer's job. That's in your hand. Okay. So, so I'll just continue with my anecdote that I was given a job to get something photocopied. Okay. So I went to the photocopy machine, and as it happens, 9 out of 10 times, when you are printing a bulk, it gets stuck somewhere. The paper gets stuck, something like that. That paper got stuck. I never knew what to do about it. I've never seen a photocopy machine. Previously, whenever I used to go, I was the person who was the customer. I used to pay money and get things done. Whether it's a 10 page of photocopy file, I was least bothered what he's doing with his machine. But now I am the person who has to get it done. Now I had two options. I should go back and say the thing has got stuck. I can't help it. Next is I need to hunt for the person. There must be somebody in this office who will be managing this photocopying machine. So I hunted for that guy. He came. He did something. I observed him, what he was doing. And he took out the paper and all of that. And okay, started working again. I took the print. It took some more time, but that's okay. Second time, I was again given the same job. Okay, I went there. This time again, it stuck. But this time, instead of calling that guy, since I had observed how he had done it, I pulled out the parts of the machine and took out the paper, stuffed it back, started working. This time I was quicker enough to get back to my superior person, boss or whoever that was. Now, couple of days passed, a week or so passed. I was again sitting on my stool, given some assignment, drafting some letters or something like that. Guy came, he tapped my back and he said, "Chalo." And I never knew who this guy is. He's not even from my department. I don't know. He said, "Where? Kaha?" He said, "वो photocopying machine खराब हो गई, ठीक करो जल्दी." I all I'm saying is I created an impression with somebody that I am the photocopy guy who can amend that machine, So the intent of sharing this short story is that try to do something, whatever you're doing, as good that people start treating you as an expert. Okay. So, which is why all those things which I said earlier were important. This is a very crude example which I'm stating, but I think the intent is that whether you a better example would be the guy who had never studied FEMA, even in his course, in his curriculum, and even in his final exams, he skipped the 20 marks. He's earning his bread and butter for the past 15 years from that act itself. So a lot of sweat, hard work has gone into it, right? But eventually you have to understand whether it's an opportunity or it's a threat or a dangerous part for you. So whatever today you believe is not doable by you is being done by somebody else, and he'll be making money out of it. It's something you have to make as a conscious choice that you want to do this and how would you like to do this, for which you'll have to go in the the way that I just calibrated. That's the way I understand it. Okay? That's the way I have been for this past about 20-25 years. So you guys are new, you are more informed, you have more access to information. I think that's what I can say. So all the best to you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Advocate Akash, for providing wonderful insights. I was just listening to your photocopier story and like the photocopy man. One wonderful point which I actually understood from it is that at times when I'm dealing with the students, they're not inclined to take some of the internships. वहाँ सीखने को कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. But you have wonderfully put it across that if you want how you can learn at a simple machine also, and how you can convert that just a photocopy task in your benefit. That is really wonderful. But sir, I would like to ask you one question that I'm sure, like I faced that question at when I made a choice that I want to pursue law. And
Mhm.
my parents were quite against it, that being a first generation lawyer, no, this is not suitable. And especially a girl from small town, how would you manage all these things? Okay, somehow I convinced them. But since you have been into corporate for so long, how did you overcome, or like, first of all, what were the challenges as first generation lawyer which you had seen or have faced, and how did you overcome those?
90% of this fear is within you. It is not anybody who's imposing it on you. Let me be very, very upfront and clear about this. When I came to Delhi University, I was actually uh, also enrolled in university in Kanpur. So Kanpur University also I was pursuing my law. I belong to that city. But when I got myself, I'll just, give you the whole thing that how I got into Delhi University. I never intended to come to Delhi University, but somehow Providence had it that I wanted to move out from my city, and I just thought that how should I move out? So I filled up a form of Delhi University's entrance examination. When I saw the curriculum which is there for the Delhi University entrance examination, I thought this is cakewalk. I am pretty good with my general studies and all of these stuff, verbal reasoning, all of those things that comes. I see in the sample paper once. I thought this is child's play. So I will get admission. I just wanted to come and visit the city and have a good time. My few relatives were there in the Delhi, in Delhi at that point of time. When I arrived a day before the exam, and the next day was the exam, I reached about half an hour early, and there was a huge set of students, candidates who had come to appear for the exam, and they were discussing that, last year when I appeared, this was the question paper. Somebody said, no, no, last year when I appeared, this was the question paper pattern and all that. I was wondering, there are people who are attempting this exam for past 2 years, and they've still not got into this. And I, who have come without any preparation, how will I make it through? So I was worried that I am going to get nowhere out of this exam, and people are going to laugh at me कि गए थे देखिए बहुत बनने गए थे lawyer or whatever, Delhi University में पढ़ेंगे, stuff like that. People, you start imagining in your head, for that half an hour, everything circled in front of me that this is not going to work out. I have done a wrong choice, and plus you have to just immediately go back. But nevertheless, I just went inside the examination hall. Paper was distributed. I started looking at the paper, and I thought it just seemed like the sample paper I saw. Why were these people so worried? I said, I just gave two hoots to it, completed my exam within the stipulated time. 15 minutes before that, I submitted the paper. I said, okay, now I need to work off. Enough of this. I can't take this unnecessary pressure on myself that what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. And I forgot about it. I came back to my hometown. I was living a chill life with my friends, aimless, doing nothing, sitting around in the evenings with cup of tea, and then returning late in the evenings from the classes. People all distraught in my family. Pata nahi kya karega ye aadmi. And one fine day, it just struck me that today is the day when the Delhi University results are supposed to come out. So never had a computer in my home. I had to go to the
Cafes.
internet wala,
We would go to internet cafes those days.
cafes, yeah. So there was a guy. So I went there with my. So so the site was down as usual, and you cannot see the result. It just said the results is out, and it is published on. It's the printed on the law faculty. So incidentally, one of my cousins was there, and somehow I made a phone call to him. I gave him my number. I said, please run and check if my roll number is there. This fellow is in South Delhi. Now he has to go to North Delhi. After 2-3 hours, I got a call back that he said that your roll number is reflected. And I got into CLC, so I could get to any of the 3 colleges. That was my rank. So one thing is there that what people believe, please don't go by that. Don't go by people's belief. First, understand what is your belief and what is your core competence. If you believe that you know your subjects well, people saying that it's a very difficult examination, oh, come on, it's so difficult to crack into this, give it to rest. You understand your potential at best. Listen to everyone, listen what they are trying to tell you, listen to understand if they are giving you any cautions. So be prepared for those pitfalls so you don't get into it. Right? But don't be so scared that oh come on, that this life has got, it's not going to work for you. Now, this didn't end here. After 3 years, when I completed my law, again, I was very skeptical. What am I supposed to do? I was parallelly doing my company secretaryship. I had still my classes to attend. Now, if I would go and attend a court in a litigation way, probably I may not get somebody who may be accommodative enough that I should go for a class at 6 in the morning. Then after 4 hours of classes, I come back to his court, then do his work, do my work in the court, and then go back, study, and then do something else. I was finding some kind of an accommodative environment where I can study and work as well. Okay. So there was a training which I had to do under company secretaryship. So the training thing happened. So I was not having any major work at that point of time. But eventually, when I realized that I need to be working and supporting myself, I hunted and got in touch with few people, and they came up with a one of my friends was working with a company called Gerson Lehrman Group. Now, this company, GLG, is still there in Gurgaon. This company was into selling consults, opportunities of consultations, and they required somebody in the legal domain of their legal vertical. I had no clue what this was, absolutely no clue. I went there because my friend was working there. I went there for an interview, and they said that this is what we do. We talk to industry experts in each vertical, for example, consumer, healthcare, etc., etc. And we work for hedge fund managers across the world, and we try to get hold of people who have insights on particular subjects on which we have a project. For example, somebody is having a project on a particular drug which is being manufactured by one of the pharmaceutical giants. Now, if similar drug is also being manufactured by another entity, both are listed on various stock exchanges. So the hedge fund manager wants to understand if this drug comes before, how the stocks are going to play in global markets. So a person who is a professor somewhere in, let's say, Johns Hopkins University, or some big hospital, who's studying those medicines which are both being manufactured, will have a better view that if which is a better drug, if the first drug hits the market, which is a better one, how the stocks are going to swing. So I was not aware how the legal thing is going to fit into this, and what am I going to do here. So they said, look, we have a legal vertical where any legal aspects that are impacting any work situation, there we need to talk to people who are legal experts. And to talk to legal experts, we need legal experts in-house, because we cannot. Now, this is something which I had never even imagined, never seen, never thought when I embarked on my career 3 years back. So when this thing came, I said, okay. And I said, what is the money that you're going to offer? So the money that they were offering was quite decent in terms of that time, 2005-6 that I'm talking. None of my other friends were even close to what I was offered. I said, okay, let me just give it a try. If it works, it works. And I enjoyed it for a year. During my course of 1 year, I could understand what was the problem with Tata acquiring Chorus. What was the problem with Deccan Airways? What was the problem when Lakshmi Mittal was acquiring the steel company in Luxembourg? Why the Japanese government got routed because of the Japanese tobacco company? And from these serious matters to a very, very juvenile issues like why the prices of bananas in Europe going up. It sounds very stupid. Why a lawyer in India would be worried about stuff like that? But when we started to understand that what is impacting the consumer pattern in Europe, we could understand that the largest exporter of consumer goods, specifically bananas and fruits, was a country called Ecuador. And Ecuador had a farming issues where farming laws were very strict, and the labor unions were up against the government to amend those farming laws. So those things gave me a very, very wonderful global perspective. And after that, when I was equipped with these kind of knowledge and all of these things, then I got the confidence to actually go and tell people, I want to do this, I don't want to do this, which I am telling the participants right now, that today you don't have to experiment at a later stage. Today you have to understand, with all this information available on the net and everywhere, that you can be more equipped to decide today as well as during the course of your 5-year careers how to specialize. What I could do after 3 years of my post completion of my work. So majority of your threat, which you believe is a first generation lawyer or whatever, is 90% is perceived within yourself. It's about you. Just treat yourself as any other good lawyer, third, second generation, or person who is having a number of lawyers in his home. Treat yourself based upon how good equipped you are in terms of the knowledge that you have got. What is the specialization that you have? What is it that you bring to the table when you go to negotiate about a job or a career or an opportunity in a law firm? Once you are sure about that this is what I want to offer, I think it's the ball is in the other court to understand whether they have that opportunity for you or not. It's not about you worrying that I am not a first, there's nobody else in the legal fraternity. Will I be considered? Will I be not considered? It may have some impact in the litigation field, but in the firms or corporate environment, I don't think so. That's going to. I hope I was able to substantiate on Dr. Rena's.
Dr. Rana,
It was a wonderful session, sir. And I can say that whatever insights have been provided by you at the first place about moot courts, various quiz competitions, various debates, skill enhancement courses like MOOCs and other NEPTIL programs, we proudly boost all that part as a part of our curriculum where the student is prepared at the first level only. Like from the very first year, they have to write two research papers. First is in the first year and last is in the last year. So they are kind of made ready for the research. Along with the various competitions, we have national moot court competition. Our teams are often going for various competitions. And somehow this is a wonderful attempt to make the future lawyer ready to be adapted for the market or be adapted for the job as and when they are passing out with the degree. And that's it. That's all from our end, ma'am. Over to you. Thank you.
thank you so much, Dr. Rana Midra and Advocate Akash Chauhan. And now I would request to the admission nominee, Mr. Jatinder Kumar Dikshit, to be on the screen. Over to you, Mr. Dikshit.
Thank you, Dalvina ma'am, for inviting me. So let me share my screen first. Right. So, I hope my screen is visible.
Your screen is visible, Mr. Dikshit.
Your screen is visible.
So, ma'am, first of all, a very good afternoon to all panelists and to all students. Like an admission representative, I will be covering very frequent asked questions from when they look up to Lovely Professional University for a higher education, for enrollment into higher education program. So basically, the frequent asked questions are like, are we have necessary approvals for a particular program or not? Secondly, like if approvals are there, then what are the basic programs which we are offering at School of Law in Lovely Professional University? And in order to take admission into those programs, what are the basic eligibility criteria which student need to take care of? And after meeting the eligibility criteria, what will be the applicable fee structure? And the most important, the last thing is what are the important dates as of now, like as we are into mid of June, which student need to take care so that they must not lose opportunity in terms of admission. So moving ahead, the first thing which is very important is as I talked about, accreditation. So whenever any student look for admission into law program in any university, Lovely Professional University, student need to take care of two important things. The first thing, the university must have basic approval from University Grant Commission, that is UGC, because in order to run a particular university, a university has to be minimum university a grant commission. It's a higher, it's a body which recognizes a university for to running a particular program. And after that, the second thing which student need to take care if they are inspiring for a law programs, then they need to understand that the law program must be sub-approved by the Bar Council of India, that is BCI. So your degree will be only remaining valid in industry or in any government hub if your the programs are sub-approved by Bar Council of India. So these two things student need to first take care of. The first is the college must be approved either from UGC or KICT in contest to LPU. Our university is UGC approved, and as far as the law programs are concerned, our school of law programs are newly approved by Bar Council India, BCA. So moving ahead, let's look up to the important programs which we are offering in School of Law. So the basically we are offering two courses after +2 level and two courses after graduation level. So the two programs which we are offering after +2 level, that is integrated BA LLB program. The duration of program is 5 years, and the second program is BBA LLB honors program, integrated program. Again, the duration 5 years. After graduation, if students they are looking for any law program from Lovely Professional University, then we are offering two kinds of program. The first is LLB. The duration of program is 3 years, and the second program is LLM. The program duration is 1 year. So in totality, we are offering four programs in School of Law as far as the higher education is concerned. So after +2, two programs, and after graduation, two programs. So let's move on to the next important thing. That what are the eligibility? Like in order to take admission in Lovely Professional University, and let's first talk about the UG level programs. After plus, the student is either aspiring for integrated BA LLB honors program or BBA LLB honors program. The student need to first ensure that they must have minimum 60% marks at +2 level with compulsory English as a subject, and additionally student need to qualify national level entrance examination of LPU, which we call as LPU NEST. So student also need to qualify this particular examination in order to take admission at Lovely Professional University. So in order to take admission in BALLB or BBLLB, the 60% at +2 marks is required with English as a compulsory subject, and they need to qualify at the same time national level entrance examination LPU NEST. Now, the purpose of this LPNS examination is two, as far as student point of view is concerned. First purpose, that it is a part of eligibility. In order to take admission in any particular program, student need to qualify this particular examination. At the same time, on the basis of performance in this LPNS examination, we at LPU in a tradition to provide student a different category of scholarship, which I will be covering into the next slide. So we are into tradition of giving students a scholarship. These scholarships matters a lot to these students because we understand that every student comes from a different background and a different financial background and the cultural background. So these scholarships help students in terms of reducing their fees, because whatever scholarship we provide at LPU at the time of admission, they remain last for throughout the program. We do not only provide it in first year, we provide in entire program. So it results into a lot of cost saving from the student point of view. So if we talk about, let's say, after graduation, the eligibility program, and at the same time, we also consider student performance into two national level entrance examination. One is CLAT and the second one is CUE. If student has also given CLAT examination or CUE, we also consider their performance into these national level entrance examination apart from LPU. So after graduation, in order to take admission in LLB, the eligibility criteria is student must have minimum 50% marks into their graduation in from any stream. Plus, they need to qualify LQNEST examination and a CUET examination. For LLM, we require 50% marks in LLB required plus LQNEST and CUET. In order to take admission in LLM, the LLM student need to take care that we prepare a merit based on 70% weightage given to LQNEST LLM examination, and rest 30% is equally distributed on the basis of your work experience, publication, and a statement of purpose. Statement of purpose is basically a reason like where student defines that why they want to do a LLM from Lovely Professional University, and that too into a particular stream, because we offer LLM into various specializations. So via statement of purpose, student give us a reason that why they want to pursue LLM from LPU, and what is the reason for choosing a particular stream. So this is the eligibility part which we talked about. Let's now move on to the next important factor, that what are the fee structure applicable as far as the when it comes on to admission in W professional university. So let's first understand the one fact that in LPU, every student study at a different fee structure. That basically because we generally classified student potential into different categories. So we see the student performance, their performance into their last qualification. Like in case of BA LLB program or BB LLB program, we consider student performance into +2 examination, the academic qualification, and we also consider their performance into their LPNest examination or CLAT. Based on that, we are into culture of providing students three category of scholarship: the category 1, category 2, and category 3. Now, how these scholarships are important: category 1 represents the highest percentage of scholarship, category 2 represents the middle level of scholarship, and category 3 represents to lowest level of scholarship. If the base fee structure in a Lovely Professional University for BALLB integrated program and BBLLB integrated program is 1,20,000 per. As far as academic fees are concerned, we charge fees semester wise. So in a year there are 2 semesters. So per semester the fees is 1,20,000. It's for those students who meet the eligibility criteria but that doesn't fall into any particular scholarship. So if a student secure more than 95% marks into their +2 examination, or they secure equivalent marks into LPNest examination or maybe CUET or other, so we provide them in current phase in the month of June, we are giving them a discount, a scholarship of 25% every semester. So a student who falls into the category 1 scholarship, they need not to pay LPU 1,20,000 per semester. The applicable fee will be 90,000 per semester every semester throughout the program. The second, if a student secure between 90% to 94.9% marks into their +2 examination or maybe into LPNest examination, the applicable scholarship will be 20% per semester, and the applicable fee will be 96,000 per semester throughout the program. The last category is student secured 80% to 89.99% into +2 examination or equivalent into LPNest examination. The application, the awarded scholarship percentage is 15%, and the applicable fee will be the 1,02,000. So we can very well see that every student. So this fee structure which I'm briefing you is applicable in the month of June. The important factor we will cover into the next slide. So the fee structure for BA LLB honors and BBA LLB honors are same, and the scholarship percentages are also same. Now, let's see important slide, that is if we see the fees LLB program and LLM program. In LLB program, the scholarship percentages are different. So in category 1, we are awarding students who are securing 90% and above into their graduation or equivalent in LPNest examination. The category 1 awarded scholarship percentage is 45%. The applicable fee for this particular student, the student need not to pay 1,20,000 per semester to us. The applicable fee will be 66,000 per semester. In category 2, if student secure between 80% to 89.99 in their graduation or in LPUNES, the awarded scholarship will be 40% per semester, and the applicable fee will be 72,000 per semester. And in category 3, if students secure 70% to 79.9 in their graduation or equivalent to LPNS, the applicable and awarded percentage of scholarship will be 35%, and applicable fee will be 78,000 semester. So now the very important thing the student need to take care is that every LPU invites application in phases. So as you can see that our current phase, we are, and in every phase the fee structure remains, fee structure gets changed. Currently, we are inviting an application into phase 3. So these scholarships or the percentages or the applicable fee which I mentioned here, this is applicable for those students who will take care of these important dates. What are the important dates? Like if for phase 3, we are inviting application from 1st June onwards. In LPU, we into our admission process, we started taking application into law program from January months onwards. So currently in the month of June, the phase 3 is applicable. There are a lot of students, they already qualified counseling and they are into lovely professional university. So for the vacant seat as it now in against the counseling happened earlier. So we are inviting applications against that. So last date to fill the application in the month of June under phase 3 is 25th of June. So student need to take care that if as if now you have not applied till now, if you have not yet applied for in lovely professional university, then first thing you need to make sure is that you need to apply in lovely professional university by visiting our website, and the last date is 25th of June. Rather, you should not wait for the last June because law program at lovely professional university are the limited seats program. We cannot admit n number of students because Bar Council of India allows us to take a limited students into in all category of program. So the students who apply before 25th of June, they need to sit into lovely professional university examination. And the slots for LPNest examinations are between 5th June to 30th June. So students will apply till 25th June. They can select any particular slot for LPNest examination. Now this LPNest examination, you can very well give we conduct this entrance examination in online mode via remotely proctored examination. Remotely proctored examination is a examination like you can give this examination from your home if you have a sufficient data connectivity at your home and a laptop. So then you can appear this examination from your home itself. But if you have a certain challenge in terms of internet infrastructure, then you can choose our nearby centers. We generally designated 200 plus LPNest examination centers are in all the important cities across the India. So while filling up the form, you can choose the mode of sitting in the examination, either remotely proctored or the center-based examination. And you need to ensure that you must sit into this examination between 5th June to 30th of June. Let's understand this by an example. If a student who wishes to appear on 17th of June, or let's say if on 17th of June for this LPNest examination, then they must ensure that they must book the slot for examination on or before 14th of June. And after that, you appear into LPNest examination within 48 hours from date of your examination. We declare the result and we make it. We declare the result and we declare the eligibility whether you have qualified LPNest examination or not. And accordingly, you can further go for the admissions, and the last date of admission is also that is 25th of June as it now, as far as this examination is concerned. So these are the important dates which you need to take care of, and so these are the things which you need to work it out. And how you need to apply in lovely professional university, you need to visit our website, that is www.lq.in. You need to visit onto admission section, and you need to select a particular program, and you can apply for the for any program of your. So by this that is from my side, from Dalvinder map. I have covered all the important points which student is looking up to as far as admission into LQ is concerned, as far as approval, program offers, eligibility, fees, and important dates are concerned. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jatendra Kumar Dixit. Can you please stop sharing your screen now?
Sure.
Once again, thanks to Dr. Rana Midda, Advocate Chauhan, and Mr. Jitendra Kumar Dikshit. As we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. Your presence, enthusiasm, and active participation have made this experience truly special. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information for better decision making regarding your admission. If anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can visit our website, that is lpu.in, or can be accessed on YouTube also. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I would be signing off this webinar. Take care and goodbye. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.